Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome everyone to the Man Heard Talk Show. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a good topic going on tonight. The topic for tonight is, what do we do with our hair? And that's for men or women. That is our topic for tonight. I am your host, Mike Hurt. I want to welcome everybody here to Rochester's Barbecue and Grill. We're here on location as well as we're on Facebook Live. So if you're in the neighborhood, I know it's a beautiful day, but by all means, come on through and check us out because we're going to get it in tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, like I was posting over the last week, I will be introducing the ladies of the new female talk show that will be premiering next week called The Sheep Talk Show. That's with Freckles and Miss Tanya Boswell. Miss Boswell won't be here tonight for personal issues, but we definitely got Freckles in the house, and I will be introducing her very soon. But ladies and gentlemen, you know the man. He's your neighborhood guy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for my man, Mr. Derek Lee.
Over here? Yeah.
Let's give him a round of applause.
Oh, this is beautiful. Hold on a second. I gotta get my...
Hold on tight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before Derek gets back, I just want to give my synopsis about this topic. And that's why I'm going to be bringing on the ladies to break down this topic a little bit more thoroughly, although men go through it as well. What do we do with our hair? I mean, this goes back to the days where Madam C.J. Walker created a certain kind of cream that was like a relaxer, when they called what we do with nappy hair and all that good stuff. Let me tell you, me personally, it's natural hair today, tomorrow, the next day, all day, every day. That's how I feel about natural hair. Now, I don't have a problem when women wear wigs, use weaves, do whatever they feel like to do to make themselves feel good about what they do with their hair. But at the same time, if you got that beautiful, blessed hair that you were born with, by all means, wear it. Back in the 70s and the 80s, the natural was a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But when those magazines started showing those long hair, looked like it just came off a horse. It was selling off the rats.
Yeah.
I happened to watch the show Good Hair with Chris Rock, and he showed the craziness that came with getting hair from India. And how the women from India were just giving up their hair, and then they would just bring it over here to the United States,
that's real.
and just selling off the racks. What do you think about this issue, dude?
As soon as the young lady comes, we'll go back and forth. I don't know.
Well, Dave, before we're going to take a little pause for the hair, and we're going to get back. But you wanted to say something real quick, and what was that, Dave?
Well, since it's the Man Heard Show, one thing I do like to stress is for our men, we've been getting a lot of hits from young men. And young men do go through a lot, and I just want to encourage young men to set goals, check your credit score, buy a home. Buy a home. Don't be around negative people, because negative people is always going to hate on you. You ever be around people that don't encourage and don't lift you up, sometimes you got to cut them off. You notice a lot of times that it's always the people that talk a lot that never, that people that always have an opinion never have anything. No. Because they spend too much time talking. We have got to tell these young men watching that we've got to set goals. We've got to go to our goals. We got to reach our goals. Cut off the losers. Cut off the people that aren't about anything. You know what I mean? Because people are going to sit back and they're going to, and the African American man, and I say it all the time, and people don't want to hear it, is the most disrespected man on the planet. Okay? When we get pulled over, we might get shot. And it starts from our own community.
Now, Derek, knowing that the show is about what do we do about our hair?
Yeah. No,
No.
every episode I like to encourage.
I wanted to take the time to say I appreciate what you said, because although we might have a topic, but
Right.
if something's weighing heavy on your chest, it can go the same way that something that needs to be said. That is very good towards what you're
We
saying.
as African American men don't have enough men to talk to other men. In the black family, and I love them, there's too many black women that do too much talking because they have to. And if a lot of the men stepped up and was the leaders in their home, we would have less problems and less issues. I'm a strong black woman. We the only household that says how strong we are. You know, we need the men to start mentoring the sons and the nephews and the grandsons to make the whole house become better. And let me tell you something. I focus on a good credit score. I focus on home ownership. Take care of the kids. Even if you're not with the woman, take care of the children. To take care of your responsibilities. But we don't have enough men to mentor men. I don't care how strong a woman you are, you can't turn a boy to be a man. I don't need them. We the only race of people that say that. Well, I could do bad all by myself. No, the reason our homes are so jacked up is because there's not enough men talking. And I love my kids and I brag on my kids. Right. Most of my kids' raising is because of their mother. Right. And I respect that. But my 25% to her 75, you need a balance. There's so many jacked up households. There's so many women that still paying rent. There's so many women that have to move in with other women. That's because they don't have good. When the family gets together for the family reunion or the family get together, it's all these women. Ain't nobody got no husband. Ain't no, that's the baby daddy. That's the baby daddy. Ain't no husband. Ain't no real men around.
Well, it's something that we have to, as a black culture, try to talk, get it together.
We've got to encourage that, because
educate as well.
Our men are dying, right. Our men are in prison, and our men are crying. We will never get the credit that we deserve.
No,
we will never get the credit. You will have black women tell you you're doing what you're supposed to do. That's your job. You ain't nothing special.
Right.
You know, they will look you in the face and tell them that. Then they wonder why the man got a girlfriend.
No, you're right, Dave.
Then they wonder why we marry outside our race. We have our own mothers that are still mad at the boy's father or the uncle's father that they haven't grown past that, because we walk around with these wounds.
Right.
So,
well,
I just want to encourage good credit score, home ownership, career, job, business. We don't talk about good credit enough.
Okay, Dave. Well,
no, because you know what bothers me? Asian people just got into this country 10 years ago. They own a house and a business on your block, and you was born here.
Well,
you don't feel no kind of way?
Well, D, with the 5-minute sequility that you just broke down, that's a show in itself. Matter of fact, that's a two-parter.
That's a whole show.
But the show today...
I'm going to show myself. Ask Lifetime. Lifetime
but the show today is what we do about our hair towards men and women. D, let's before we bring Freckles in, she'll be here very soon. Let's talk about men first.
That's right.
I mean, what was your first experience when you went into a barbershop as a young man?
It's men. It's a men's hangout. It's almost... A barber is almost like a counselor, a friend, a psychiatrist, a father. That's where men go to hang out, because there was no appointments the way it is now.
Right.
You might be at the barbershop, you might be there 2 hours.
Well, the thing about it is that who was that person that took you to the barbershop?
I had to go on my own. I had a terrible childhood.
Okay.
So now, by the time I was allowed to go, I was 16. My father used to cut my hair. It was terrible.
All right, let's go to the point when you did go to the barbershop.
Right.
Now, I remember when I was taken to the barbershop, the haircut back in the day was called the Hustler.
The Hustler, yeah, everybody had a Hustler.
So the Hustler was the cut where it was like, cut off as much as you can so I don't have to bring him for a good month or two.
The Hustler, and then the tape. Remember
and the tape, yeah.
Then it was the fade, then it was the box.
And the thing about it is that if your mother gave you any kind of money for a haircut, let's just say it was $5,
right,
and you came back with just a little snip of the tape, she was taking you right back to the barbershop,
That cut off.
and you were getting that hair cut off because she was not going to be up in that barbershop the next day or the following week to get you another
She
haircut.
wasn't trying to spend $5 more.
Exactly.
It was $5 back then.
Now, D, we are kids that grew up in the 70s, 80s. That was our youth and everything like that. But just think about the hairstyles that was happening in our generation. Okay, like you said, we started off with the hustler, and then what were some of the hairdos?
It was a fade, it was a box, it was a Gumby.
Now, you jumped over one important one.
Which one was that?
I'm going to give you a clue. Coming to America.
What was it?
The Jerry curl.
Oh my God.
Now, the thing about the Jerry curl was, it was a hairstyle that you needed activator.
You had to walk around with you shook your thing.
And if you didn't have the activator, it would dry up.
Out real quick.
And the thing about it was,
And the girl smelled like Jerry curl.
let me tell you something. If you got any of that Jerry curl juice on your hair, I mean, not on your hair, on your
That girl
jacket,
smelling
your
like
shirt,
Jerry juice.
I mean, you actually had to throw the shirt and the jacket out. That's how bad it was. If
They
you
was
had
messing
Jerry
up
curl.
people's pillowcases and messing up people's plastic. Remember, it was plastic in the living room.
No, brother.
Nobody had their stuff. The living room had plastic covers on it.
Now, ladies, don't get mad. The men are talking about their hair. We're going to be talking about you women here in a few.
Right.
But the thing about it is that, okay, so we went from the Jerry curl.
Right.
Now, I remember it was a certain look that was going on when I started to go to the clubs. Now, let me see if you remember this one.
With the part. I saw that picture.
Hold up.
The part with
Hold up. That was when I was dying and laying to the side.
Right.
But when you started to mature out of that, they had this thing called the S curl.
Oh my God. The S curl was just a less greasy Jerry curl. That's all that was. It was a
like
Jerry curl with less grease.
It was like a modern day Jerry curl with not as much drip to it.
Yeah.
And the thing
You
about it
could
is,
do it at the house.
now let me tell you something, dude. One of my friends, we both went and got the S curl kit, right?
Right.
And we were going to the club. So they said that if you kept it in there longer, it would lay down.
It was a perm. I think I got burnt one time. Yeah, it laid your hair down. You laid it too long and start getting warm. I think I had one. I had it one time.
See, you come out of that bathroom looking like a duck. And it
Burned your hair.
And there was no way fixing that thing because that thing was just laid.
It burned your hair.
But these
up.
were the crazy things that came with men doing their hair. Not only that, but when you think about it, some of those men who really were like big time with the Jerry curl, they're bald headed today.
Yeah. No.
Because they paid the price for that Jerry curl to be
They all got
shining
a
and
goatee,
glistening.
though.
They
Yeah.
got a goatee.
Yeah, they rocking a goatee and a beard.
Now, D, now we're talking about how us as men and what we went through towards haircuts and styles and everything like that. As we get older, men have to deal with growth. Not only on the face, but in the hair.
Yeah.
And a buddy of mine was saying to me, Mike, don't you realize that, the way your hair is because of the things you eat? And I said, well, that's part of it. I think it's more genetics.
It's just getting older.
Well, part of that.
It's just getting older. The service is saying we want something to drink. I'll take a vodka and orange juice.
I don't drink.
You ain't got that? Can I get 4 wings? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, because we're live, but no, I just take 4 wings and a biscuit.
Ladies, we are at Rochester's Barbecue and Grill.
Cornbread. I take 4 wings and a piece of cornbread. Yes,
Bar in
ma'am.
here in the house, and they
Food
get
is good
served,
down there.
and the food is good. So come on down if you're in the area. But ladies and gentlemen, if you want to give a call, you can call at 856-343-2992. That's 856-343-2992. Sorry, dear, I didn't mean to
Go ahead.
So we went through we go through transformation, especially as older men.
Right.
Now, when we go into the barber shop, now you have barbers now that are able to dye our beards, dye our
Yeah, you
hair.
get that just for men, that Beijing, dark and lovely. How far you want to go? That just for men? No, but sometimes they overdo the just for men.
Right.
And it looks obvious. You get the Beijing, just spend the money and have the barber do it. That's how I feel.
So when you say they go too far, it's like almost like jet.
Man, you ever see the beard as soon as they talk, their face gonna crack. It look like they got on shoe polish. Man, look.
See, they got so many things out there now. Now it's to the point where they can actually take a pencil or a marker,
Right.
and you don't even know it.
Yeah, and brush
Like,
it in.
Yeah. You want those like the after six side.
Some people are the natural. They want to do the natural hair, and that's good for them.
Yeah, no, and whatever makes you happy, that's all I say.
Right.
Now, D, let me ask you this: when it comes to women, from a standpoint of men, us as men, how do you? Now, I'm gonna give you how I feel about that.
Go ahead.
How do you feel when it comes to women? When the women are wearing wigs, weaves,
Don't
and they're
matter to
doing
me.
what they
If
do.
they like it, I love it. Whatever makes that woman feel comfortable.
Now,
If she wants to rock a bald head, I'll ride with her. If she wants an afro,
right.
if she wants a fade, if she wants a weave, she wants a wig, she wants a wig with a chin strap. Whatever she wants, I'm a rock with her.
Now, D, I don't have a problem with that, but I feel as though that if a woman has good hair.
No, but see, what really is
Now,
good hair?
well, that was why when I watched that movie with Chris Rock,
Right.
that good hair was supposed to be considered straight and then lie down where it's very
Ain't no black
relaxed
people
and
got good
everything.
hair. We got kinky hair.
Well, unless the people, they
It's
call
from
it
Africa.
nappy.
No, we don't do screaming out. We
That's
don't do
why
that. You gotta come on.
that's the
We
thing
don't
about the
scream out.
relaxing. But the thing about it is, D, that
We don't scream out here.
I don't knock a woman if she's wearing a wig or a weave.
Right.
I think it's more of how she wears it and is it her hair or her.
Doesn't
Like
bother
some
me
women
at all.
feel like, I can't step out the house
Right.
unless my stuff is right. Now, I ain't mad at you.
I don't care if you wear a wig, a weave, whatever it is.
Now, how about if,
My thing is, can you cook? Do you clean the house? Are you a good mother?
so
Whether you're 300 pounds or 150 pounds.
So what you're saying to me is that if you took a woman home, I'm talking about when you were a single man.
Right.
If you took a woman home,
Now,
and
I'm
she
almost
looked one
single.
way,
My wife is on death row, so yeah, I'm almost single.
and if she looked one way, if she looked one way, and then you woke up in the morning and you seen that she looked a different way in the morning time, how would you go about that? Like,
Wouldn't bother me. It wouldn't bother me. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care if you had long hair, like a mermaid, short hair. It wouldn't bother me at all.
now, do you feel as though that the women out here today have taken it to another level because of all the different hairstyles and
The woman is going to look whatever she feels comfortable. If she likes it, I love it.
Well, the thing about it is that from a financial standpoint, and that was some of the things that was in the movie, was that it's big business when it comes to African American, but
Yes.
we don't put it back in the community towards our pocket.
See.
We're putting it into the Asians and the Indians' pocket.
We are the biggest consumers in the world. Black people are the biggest consumers in the world. We spend the most money. Okay? If we took that money, why are you always talking about money? Because most of my black people, most of my black relatives don't have none.
Right.
They paying rent or they move in with people in order to make it. So I encourage my own people to take some of that money, cut back on how you look, and start investing.
Right.
You can invest in hair, get some stock, get some insurance policies, get some bonds, be disciplined financially, because you have Asian people that come in our community and profit, and we're sitting there and we still don't have nothing. And we have generational poverty. I have relatives right now that when they die, their children are going to be on the same level. When I die, my kids come up.
Well, let me ask you this, Dick.
Go ahead.
When it comes to the hair question, do you feel as though that, from a standpoint of the finances, I see that women take their buy hair before they would pay their bills,
Yeah, those are the dumb ones.
like their mortgages.
Yeah,
their
those
rents.
are dumb women. Because we're not disciplined financially. You have to discipline yourself financially. Pay all your bills first before you do anything else. I'm not going to the restaurant. I'm not going to Chima's. I'm not going to Steak 48 till all my bills are paid. I pay my bills first.
But the thing about it is that women look at that differently compared to the way we look at that. You know what I mean?
Right, but see, women need to be able to. You can do anything if you can afford it. If you can afford to get your hair done every week, that's beautiful.
Right.
If you can only go once a month, things do happen.
Okay. Now, if you felt like your lady was at the point where she was spending too much money on
It depends on how the bank accounts are flowing. You know, you can have my money, your money, and our money. Whatever she does with her money is her business.
Right.
And I stand by that. Whatever she spends with her money is her business.
Right.
Just make sure you pay all them damn bills first. I'm talking about the whole bill. When the electric bill come in, and the electric bill, and I'll be honest, the electric bill in my house is like $130 a month.
Right.
Pay that whole $130 because I want to see a zero when it comes in.
Right.
Some people don't pay their bills like that because we aren't taught how to pay bills. We aren't taught how to discipline ourselves financially. We are the best looking poor people out there.
Right.
And I'm gonna be honest, I have never owned a pair of Timberlands.
Now, when
I've never owned Timberlands.
Well,
I heard they cost $150. I never owned a pair.
well, they've always maintained their value.
I always bought something on sale, but I got a mortgage, I got a store rent, you know, but I got three checking accounts, I got a daughter in college, and I got a house almost paid for, and I got 3 life insurance policies because I want to create generational wealth. I don't care about my little $80 sneakers.
Now,
People laugh at me because my sneakers are $80.
Now, you have a daughter, D. How does she go about her hair? Does she?
Her hair is braided, but she gets whatever.
Okay, so
because she's my daughter, but she also works to pay for her own hair.
Okay, so she's not hitting you up.
No, she's off in college. See, college, your children say a lot about you.
Right.
And a lot of people don't want to say, your children say volumes about you. People only want to own the good part of the child.
Right.
And they say, oh, that's my boy. But when he's worthless, he act like his father. Right. You know, so my thing is, I taught my daughter budget, save, finances. And after she graduates college, I said, listen, stay at the house for a year. I'm going to make sure I get you into a mortgage. You don't need 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom. Right. You could take 2 bedroom and 1 bathroom. Okay. I got 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom.
Right.
But I had a fact. You could take 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Because why are you going to waste money renting an apartment? You're never going to own it.
Now, I'm going to put this out to the people. Ladies in Rochester's, give yourself a round of applause for being up in here. How's everybody doing? I don't know if you ladies and fellas know, but the topic for tonight is our hair. What do we do with it, men or women? So,
as long as you can afford it, you do what you want.
It looks like everybody's hair is looking very nice out there. So, do any of the ladies out there or fellas would like to express how they feel about their hair? I know some of y'all eating. Anybody want to talk about their hair?
How about the girl with the blonde hair? She looked like it looked like she spent a lot to get it that color.
She got it looking good, but she
got it looking good. She got big earrings, looking like salt and pepper.
She don't want to show you the receipts and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
I know that costs $150.
And any time you would like to say something about your hair, just give me a little wave and I'll try to see if I can get you in the chair. But we can't have nobody just shouting out because I need to have the viewers know what you're saying and everything like that. But Sandy, we have you coming up shortly.
How about the lady in the corner over there?
Freckles comes in, she's going to be interviewing you.
You want to talk about your hair?
Who's
it's
Yvette?
beautiful.
Who's Yvette?
Her hair is beautiful.
Yvette, do you mind coming up for a second? Oh, no.
Everybody's scared. You one of them people that call in. I don't appreciate what they're saying about black women. No, don't say nothing now.
Well, see,
if you're not going to say nothing, don't talk.
We're Facebook Live, so it would be kind of unfair for us to have a conversation.
You sure you don't want to come up, Yvette?
And everything like that.
You can talk about your hair. Talk about all that jewelry you got on there, too.
Well,
that ain't no Tracy. That look like Macy's.
Well, she's looking beautiful.
That ain't no cheap jewelry you got on, is it? That look like Macy's jewelry. That ain't Tracy Lynn.
But ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions about the topic that we're talking about, just come on up.
I know Tracy Lynn. It's a friend of mine.
So D, how you feel about?
I know millionaires.
What do you think is too much too much with the hair. Like,
it doesn't bother me. If a woman likes it, I love it. She can be bald-headed.
So
as long as she cute in the face and tight in the waist.
So it can be red, blue,
Thank
green,
you, sister. Thank
yellow.
you. Is there another? I see your hand. Praise God. Is there another? Cute in the face, tight in the waist. Can she cook? Does she clean the house?
It can be any kind of color. It doesn't matter.
Oh, no, does she clean the house over there? Who? The girl with the blonde hair. Can she clean the house?
No,
she don't clean. Oh, never mind. Move on.
She has a maid.
Oh, she has a maid. Okay, sister.
Well, the thing about it is, first and foremost, it's a financial commitment.
You got money for what you want.
I agree.
You got money for what you want.
It's definitely a financial commitment, but
I hate to always turn the conversation on the black folks, but we spend a lot of money on our hair, and it doesn't bother me. Please have money in your savings account.
Well, the thing about it is that when women and men, I'm not just going to make it women, are putting on this fake hair, because I'm going to call it fake hair.
I don't care.
No. I'm not saying you can. It's real from a standpoint of somebody else's realness, but it's not your real. And I ain't mad at it, but it's fake.
Doesn't bother me, no.
I didn't say it bothered you. But what I'm saying is to the point where I can see that money was coming back into our community, but it's not coming into
We
our
need to
community.
find a black-owned hair salon. We need to find black-owned hair care products. We need to find black-owned, because it's like when black people try to do for themselves, people look at you funny. You know, when we try to put money in our own community, people look at us funny. We need to start, there's nothing, I have no problem with that. You know something? The black family is so broken, we are our own worst enemies.
I understand.
We are our biggest problems. We talk about each other's hair.
Well, the thing about it is we can say we are our biggest
She thinks
problem,
she's cute with that wig.
but the thing about it is that we have to have a solution, or at least try to have a solution of what we can do to
As long
help
as
the
you can
situation.
afford it. If you paid all your bills and you want to spend $200 at the hairdresser, that's your business.
And I have no,
pay your bills first.
but-
Is your credit score over 700?
But-
Are you paying a mortgage?
but
Do you
D,
live with your mama?
AD.
Did you move this Negro in to help you out with the bills?
But D, you know just as well as I do.
I can't stand when black women do that.
But D, check this out. You know
Hold on,
just
now
as,
let's get you up. You know what bothers me about y'all? I can't seem to find no man. So they go down to the bus station, they pick one up, they dust him off, and they move him in. And then 8 weeks later, they in Steve Wilco. I just want
That's
to
a
know
lot
if he
of
molested my
dusting off,
child. Come on.
especially if you pick them up at the bus stop.
It's been laying in the street.
Let's give our black women a little credit than that. I don't think they did that dusting
But you know what I'm saying.
at the same time. But D, this is what I'm saying. D. We need to find a way, if we're going to spend that type of money, to find that money back into our communities.
Yes, we need to keep all of our money in our communities because we're going through more poverty.
Because it's amazing how the drug trade, black people can find the guy over in the Philippines who's doing poppy plants,
Yes.
From the root.
Right.
Why is there any black women going over to India and cutting the deal and trying to cut the Asian women out?
I heard there's some girls down 22nd and Lehigh that's got a little spot.
Okay, so
They were all over Facebook.
So-
It was it was a couple of sisters. I heard their stores is as big as a bathroom, but they got every last piece of weave. There is some people in Philadelphia that's doing it big. I heard that.
All right. Well, D, we're going to bring in a lady from the new show that'll be starting next week. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if y'all know, but it's a ladies' version of the Man Hurt Talk Show. And this show is called The Chic Talk Show. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Freckles. She is the host of The Chic Talk Show. Let's give it up for her.
Gonna be right here. Hey, look at you. Where is John Smith? Pretty girl.
You just said come from marriage.
But you go on, Poco. I see you. Coming over here looking like a little Thundercat. Look at her. Thunder. You gonna hit me with your hair?
I mean, at least I still got my own hair.
I have no hair.
I mean, you shaved it in.
No, but it's beautiful though. It's still as old as I am. I still look good. I still look good. But you know what make it?
What's that, beignets?
You know.
Beignets?
No. That's just for men.
It was just for men.
Just for men, once a month. I do my just for men. I make sure I shave every day, keep my skin clear.
So you're not embracing your age, and you're not proud of who you are. And
No, I'm proud of who I am. I'm slow on a little bit. I'm proud of who I am.
So, D, let's talk about
I don't want my gray streaks. I like it all black.
Okay, you see what a lack of wisdom is.
You said what?
The lack of wisdom.
Oh, so.
That's wisdom. That's showing who you are. What
But it wasn't coming in right. It would be like a couple gray here and a couple gray here. No. Okay, now you're preaching to me. Don't worry about it. Me and God got it all hooked together. Don't be bringing up Jesus. All I'm saying is it was a patch here because I used to have a goatee. And it would be like salt and pepper. And I got tired. Bring it all in. But
women like that.
I either want all white or all black. And since the all white didn't come in, I took it all black. So go on. Let's go on now. Okay. We'll talk.
Okay, so the new show coming on is called Chic Talk. We will be talking about a number of different topics. My co-host was unable to make it today, Connie Boswell, aka T.Boz. She will be here on the 23rd. The 23rd will be our first show.
Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, yeah, this is how we do. We just throw you to the wolves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is like I said. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but we're going to work it out. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, this is the host of the Chic Talk show that's going to be premiering next week. She's going to be with her co-host T.Boz. T.Boz couldn't make it tonight, but they'll definitely be in the house next week, next Wednesday. And what is the time next week?
7 p.m.
To 8:30.
7 p.m. to 8:30.
So it's going to be 7 p.m. to 8:30. Now, Freckles, we talked about what might be the first topic for your show. Have you come up with the first topic for your show is going to be?
The topic we are going to be discussing on the 23rd will be if females are selling. We want to know what is, in today's society, do females feel as though they're settling just to say they have a man? Or is it because of our financial reasons? Or basically, we actually have males coming in to get their standpoint of if it's going to be, what's the best way to say it?
Well, so you're going to get a woman's and a male's perspective.
We are the women. So
Okay.
we're the women. We're going to take our standpoint.
Okay.
She thinks different than I do. My opinions and her opinions are the same in some areas, and they differ in others. But we want two males in so that it will be balanced. We want it to be balanced so that, every male doesn't think the same. Some males may think it's, just the way society's supposed to be. A lot of men think that if I pay the cost to be the boss, then that's just what it is. I can have as many women on the side as long as I can afford.
So you ladies are going to get into that.
We gonna peel back the layers of the onion.
That's what I'm talking about. And that's why it's important to get a male and a female perspective on this. Now, Freckles, I'm going to let you hold this mic for a second. But what's going to happen is that the topic for tonight was our hair. What do we do with it from a man and a woman's perspective? What is your opinion on what do we do with our hair, and what do you feel like is going on with the hair craze today?
I think right now we're trying to get back to the basics. A lot of African American women are starting to embrace their heritage, their own hair, but in the same breath, we still like wearing hats. Everybody, every once in a while, you don't feel like, doing your hair protective styles. You get your hair braided, you put on a wig.
So you're saying that some women wear the wigs or weave because they don't want to do their hair, or do you feel like it's a laziness, or do you feel like it's more of a style? What do you think is going more?
I think it's more whatever a person's comfortability level is. I think it's if she doesn't want to do her hair for the next week, 2 weeks, she's going to get maybe a soap. If she doesn't want to do it for 30 days, she's trying to protect her hair. Maybe she's been permanent, putting chemicals in it, color, stuff like that. It's starting to get brittle, so now she needs to protect it to save it from breaking off.
Now, does it get very expensive because of a woman doing that?
Depending on how often she does it, it can be expensive. nothing's cheap these days. Hair braiding runs you an average of $150 and up.
Right. Well, Freckles, I have you interviewing your first guest speaker up here, Sandy. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Sandy Smith, and she's going to be interviewed by Freckles about what do we do about our hair from a woman's standpoint.
Hello, Sandy.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
So I like your hair.
Oh, thank you.
So a lot of women don't feel like they can pull off the short look, the natural look. What made you do it?
Mine was not by choice. It was early on. I had cancer, so mine came out as far as with the cancer, and then I did what society did, go and get a wig, wear the wig, get it cut, because that's what society says do, get a wig and wear. So 3 years ago, I came down with cancer again. So this time when I got, when all my hair came out, I mean, it might sound a little funny, but I felt my head. I had a nice shaped head, so I was like, well, okay, I'm just going to keep it like this, let it grow, stay natural, keep it cut, and when I decided to, at first I was going to do coloring, and I just decided just let it stay natural and deal with what I have, I mean, I like it. I think it looks gorgeous because everybody's hair looks gorgeous. It's up to the individual what they want to do. I just think sometimes the natural is much better without all of those chemicals and stuff like that because I call it hair crack. And then you have to constantly get it done and get it over and over and over again. So,
well, a lot of people think that black girls' hair don't grow, but their hair, all hair grows.
Oh, yes.
All hair grows, but it's a matter of being able to maintain it.
Right.
So I don't think it's so much as people do it just because of society. I think sometimes it's more so self-maintenance, self-care.
Right.
If you don't take care of your hair, it's going to fall out. You want to keep it. You want to let your hair grow. Sometimes you got to say hands off and allow it to rest and do what it's meant to do.
Right, true. And that's good that you said that, to let it rest. Because that's what everybody needs. Because if you constantly get all the chemicals and everything in your hair all the time, it's just gonna mess up. And then the texture. If you have a certain type of texture in your hair and you're constantly getting it done, getting it braided, and then sometimes it pulls your hair, that'll also mess up and it start changing the way your hair is. You stop having the curls that you used to have, and it just started the process.
Your hair
And it'll mess up. We don't have to wash our hair every single day because I found out, and I did some reading up on it before I came here, that you take all of the oils out of it if you constantly do the washing and do all of this. You start taking all of everything out.
You don't want to do too much ridiculous.
Right, and then if that happens, now you're gonna have to consistently keep doing it.
So let me ask you a question. So when you said you started doing what society said, and you were wearing wigs, you were, styling the wig to fit your face, and going on your outfit and stuff. What about the wigs did you not like?
Well, I only got one. At the time, I'm retired military, so you only can get, the military would pay for it, but I got the type that it only can come here because we wasn't allowed to touch her collar and all that. So I really didn't have too many options, you know. So I just got that, and it was funny because it just happened to be the same color as what my hair was, and so I just used that, and you know, and just brushed it, and you know, and it's funny that we're talking about this. When my hair came out the first time, I actually combed it all out and put it in a bag and kept it in my top closet for 3 years because it was my hair.
I'm sentimental, girl. I probably would still hate my hair.
But then I had somebody. I said, go out there, burn it, get rid of it, let me start new.
So did it itch? Did it bother you at all? Have you wearing it?
Well, yeah, because it's hot. You know, and I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida at the time. So yes, it was hot. It was hot. So, you know, that was some trying times with the wig. So I really didn't have too many choices, but I see a lot of people with the choice. We didn't have the choices that we have now with wigs, you know, because it's like it's completely different now. You know, I have family members that will spend $200-300 on a colored wig. You know, so it's orange. I have a cousin right now that's got an orange like this light bulb, and so I'm like,
well, you know, the end color right now is salt and pepper. The end color right now is salt and pepper.
Right.
You got 20-year-olds walking around with salt and pepper braids.
And I kind of want to get it cut down even lower. Because especially in the summertime, because I like the low cut, and I don't mind if I go bald again. So
my great grandma used to get her hair cut by a barber.
Well, yeah.
She had hair all the way down her butt, and she cut it off. She cut it just as short as yours, and she only went to a barber.
Right. That's what I did when I was stationed in Jacksonville, Florida. I went to a barber, but up here I got a hairdresser, but I've been going to her for the past 20-something years.
So has your hair care regimen changed at all?
No, not really. I go to her maybe like every 2 weeks, you know, and get it done. What I used to do when it was all gone, I used to go to her, and she never charged me, but she used to always wash my hair, but she used to massage. You know, she said because it helps the follicles.
Activate your follicles.
Right, and so she used to just massage my hair and wash my head and everything just to keep it, just to keep it going and stuff. But other than that, you know, I like it.
Well, I thank you so much for coming on. I mean, I love natural hair. I'm a fan of both. I believe that if it works for you, it works for me. Sometimes you don't want to do your hair, sometimes you want to protect it, and sometimes you just want to let it breathe.
Right.
And to each individual, I believe their own.
Right.
But I do appreciate you coming on today and sharing your story with us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
And congratulations, God bless, with winning over cancer. My family has a breast cancer foundation. Clark Breast Cancer Foundation. I'm a huge supporter.
Okay.
So my heart goes out to you. I am like, kudos. This is big. You didn't let us know we had a warrior here.
Well, yeah, it's my second time. You know, so and I made it through, and I'm gonna continue to smile.
I'm gonna let Mike come back over here.
Oh, I didn't know if anybody wanted a question.
You got one more guest.
Oh, one more guest.
Robin Hood.
Okay.
Oh, my fault.
All right. Thank you very much.
And thank you so much for coming on.
Oh yes, for sure. Oops, sorry.
So what he said? Robin Hurt. Miss Robin Hurt.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Miss Robin Hurd.
Friend worked out always here, girl.
Hi,
How are you?
Oh, wow.
So we want a topic in here.
Yes, honey.
Talk to me.
What did you know?
I want to know, what do you like to do with your hair?
Well,
What is your preference?
well, let me tell you. My hair has been going through changes. I guess after, I don't know, like
So I'm still trying to figure it out.
We all trying to figure it out. But in between trying to figure it out, what are you doing? Your hair care, what is your self-care regimen for your hair? Are you trying to stay completely natural? You
I am
use any
natural.
chemicals?
I've always, no chemicals, always been natural. I do it myself. I don't go to the hairdresser. It only take like 5 minutes to do my hair. I basically water dry curl and it's right. So, but I'm still trying to figure out, I want it shorter. But the little issue is my hair is real fine.
That's what I was
So
going to
that's
say.
the thing. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it by being fine.
I mean, a lot of people don't know the difference between coarse hair, fine hair, different velocities of hair, the different care regimens that we need to use for the type of hair that we have. A lot of people say, oh, that girl got nappy hair or she got coarse hair. She doesn't have coarse hair. Coarse hair means that you have thick hair volume. You got thick hair. We actually have fine hair. I have fine hair as well.
And just because it's straight doesn't mean it's better than somebody with kinky hair.
Absolutely.
So I think kinky natural hair is wonderful. I wish I had that.
It's thicker and fuller.
Yes.
But then you have some kinky fuller hairs that's actually thick, actually fine. So, have you ever thought of, or have you ever worn any of the protective styles? Have you ever braided your hair up? The cornrows or extensions?
Okay, I used to braid my hair, but I haven't, like in years. No. I would always wear short style, because I like my hair short. I don't like long. But now, like, it's growing. I haven't cut short, it's growing, so I'll wear it up. But I never tried it, no. I was thinking about trying to weave just to see, because it looks nice. Like, just because it looks nice, you have a nice style all the time.
Females that wear wigs, a lot of them do not have short hair. A lot of females that wear wigs actually have long hair. They just don't want to always have to manipulate their hair. Manipulation causes breakage. You want to keep your hair, you leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Let it do what it's supposed to do. Keep it moisturized, do self-care, but for the most part, let it be.
Yes.
But when you were getting your hair braided for the time that you was getting it braided, were they? Because I know when I used to get mine done, they was heavy. They was heavy. Now people doing on I guess they have a new technique. But when I was getting mine done, they was heavy. My hair be like this. I be in the shower. I be straight to the shower, steam, trying to loosen up my plaits.
Right. Now, I always did my own, and I never use extensions. So, well, I used to bead it. So back then, I used to have beads in my hair. But I used to always do my own hair. So it wasn't real tight where it's going to pull your hair out.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, girl, I had all kinds of stress on my scalp. It was crazy. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah, so, but next time.
So the lady that just left, she was telling us how she doesn't wash her hair that often. What is your hair washing regimen? Is it the same? Is it do you wash your hair as often, less often? Are you using any kind of deep conditioners or masks when you're doing your hair?
Well, I should be. I do use conditioner, but not like a deep conditioner like I should. During COVID, I did buy like one of the caps, a heating cap, so I condition it and left that on. But I haven't done it since because we're working on it. But I just wash it, blow dry it, and I leave it out for a day, but then I put it back up. I know it's easy for work, but sometimes when we go out, I do like if I don't have time to do my hair, I do throw on the wig now.
Girl, okay, let's talk about these hats then. Let's talk about these hats because I'm a firm believer in a hat.
Yeah.
If you don't look, you get to throw it on, go out, do whatever you want to do, go home and take it back off.
Yes, it's just like when you're going out with your significant other, it's like, okay, you're somebody else. You could be cute, leave Robin at home, and China Doll's coming out.
I was getting ready to say, you might want to be Shonda tonight.
No, I know, that's right.
Hey, look, have your man meet you in the club and act like he don't know who you are.
You are. That's right. Come pick me up.
That's right. That right there. That part.
Yes. But I don't see anything wrong with anyone wearing a weave or anything. Now, it's, when you have women coming out with weaves that are like green, purple, yellow, it's all mixed up. it's a little fake, but that's them. But you're right, to each his own, right?
Whatever, right now, I think in today's society, it's all about expression. So if you feel like being a rainbow today, by all means, be a rainbow. If, you feeling pink inside, pink my favorite color. You feeling pink inside? I don't think I can pull pink hair off, but if I thought I could, I might try it. Maybe I'll do like a pink streak or something like that.
That would be nice.
Something. But expression, self-expression, hair should be fun. Hair should be fun like wearing your clothes. Just like everyone else is wearing theirs right now, hair should be exciting, it should be fun, you should be able to change it like you change your outfit. The only problem that we have with that is when it comes to monetary prices. Wigs these days, if you get a good wig, you pay anywhere from about $200 and up for some good hair. But it lasts about a year. So if you take care of it and have proper maintenance, that's another. You got a wig with good hair, you got to take care of it like it's your own hair.
Right. Now, how do you feel about men who thinks there's an issue about women wearing weaves and wigs?
Then he should pay for her hair to get done every week. I mean, I don't have no problem if you paying for my hair to get styled. I wear it any way you want.
Right.
But
I think that's the issue.
if she paying for it with her own money, then she should be able to express herself the way she wants. And if he loves her, he shouldn't have a problem with the way she chooses to express herself. Because he fell in love with her, not her hair, right?
And then guess what? They do it too.
Hey, hair matters. I hear that. Because we know men wear lace fronts right now.
They do.
Girl, the beards aren't real anymore. The hair is not real anymore.
Wait a minute.
Men are in the same hair game as women right now. We got competition. Because they got full lick yaks. And though none of it belongs to them, you got to look under real quick. You can't tell the difference from the guys wearing that Bengay stuff in their hair, that black stuff, and the ones that got a lace front on now. Not knocking nobody how they choose, or hair for men. What do you say? Today's men. Hair for men. Today's man. But whatever you choose to do, whatever floats your boat, go for it. Whatever makes you happy, wear it. If it look good on you, if you like it, your partner like it, that's all that matters. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. And as long as you look good, there's nothing wrong with it.
Looking good is in the eye of the beholder, though, right?
Well, as long as you feel so, you look good, okay?
That part.
Because it's not me to judge you, you to judge me.
Absolutely. You look like you got something to say, sir. Are we okay?
Okay. This is a long subject with hair. Hair is like...
Hair's not that long.
No.
Hair can go in a whole lot of different places. How do you feel about dreads?
Oh, I have friends with dreads.
I think they are so
They
beautiful.
are, yes. You know what? And now, I guess it's a twisties.
They're called sister locks.
Sister locks. They're beautiful.
You can still look like you got a whole full head of hair,
Yes.
but it's little tiny dreads.
Yes.
And you just keep it, and they grow.
And they grow.
Less manipulation, it grows. But it's maintenance on that. You're paying about $85 every time you want to get it redone.
Yes.
But thank you also for coming out here. We're going to start wrapping this up.
Oh, yes.
And
Thank you
I
so much,
appreciate
Coco.
Mr. Hurt for allowing me to have your presence. And you doing such a great job. I appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you.
All right.
And I thank you so much.
Girl, I'll see you later.
Bye, everybody.
Say what?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you see that we let the ladies get in there and get their 2 cents in, because like I said, earlier in the show before Freckles got here, we allowed a situation where me and Dee were reminiscing about our experience as a male going to the barber shop and knowing that our mother's saying that if that hair ain't cut off, there ain't no haircut, and it was called a hustler.
The hustler.
So we were going through the days with the fade, the jerry curl, high tops, all those men's styles. And now, what they call it now? What you call it? What they call that?
Jeff, a fade, or
No, where they touch it up. And what's the other one?
no, you can get the
Beijing
Beijing.
and everything like that.
But you want to get it because some people don't look good in salt and pepper. You talk about embrace it. It ain't good for everybody. Like you might not look good with the Jada Pinkett. with the short Jada Pinkett. You might not look good with that. You might not look good with the Halle Berry. You might not look good with the Angela Bassett with the afro. You got to wear what rocks for you. That's all.
I got a 5 forehead, you know what I mean? It's like a 5 instead of a 4. But I pretty much rock all the hairstyle. I'm okay. I embrace my forehead. So.
Well, let me ask you something, Freckles. What was your first experience of wearing any type of anything that was foreign to your hair? Do you remember? Like, was it something that your mom had, your sister had, your cousin had, and you were experimenting? What was the first experience that a young lady has when she's experimenting? Is she going off of things off of a magazine? What is she going through?
I mean, when you're seeing, even today, if you're looking for a hairstyle, you try to look through different hairstyles and see something like, you take it to everybody, this is what I want.
Right.
You know, everybody can't pull off what's on that paper, but that's what they want.
Now, I noticed that Vivica Fox, she's got a whole line, and they look good. Matter of fact, you don't even know that is a wig or weave. It looks real good.
Yeah.
Is that what women see? They said if it looks real, that it's something that they wouldn't mind doing because it looks real.
I mean, I think anybody that want to put something on their head and change their appearance, you got 2 things. It's either a cosplay where you just want it to be bold and outrageous, or you know it's fake. It doesn't matter. And then you have people that are looking for like an everyday look, like casual look, going out, whatever, and you want it to at least look real, if not have it be real.
Okay. Now, towards men hitting on you or attracting a man, do you think from the way we as men think, do you think that that's important for us?
I mean, men are visual, so you see something, you like it. You don't know her personality when you're looking at her. You see her shape, you see her face, you see her hair, you see the things that attract you. But each man's attraction is individual to that man.
That's right.
So I can't give you a proper answer if I'm not a man.
Well, I'll give you a perfect example, and I think I was talking to Dee about this earlier. I go home with you, and you look one way, but then I wake up in the morning because you had it looking so real, and it's a different look. So what do you think that, do you think I should get a heads up on that?
I call it false advertisement.
I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, do you think a woman is obligated to say, my man, before we go any further, and before you start running your finger through my hair, this is not mine?
No, but wait a second. Are we saying that before we hit, or because if I'm about to hit, I don't want to. I'm not gonna say much. I appreciate the draws. I'm gonna do what I'm told till after the draws. Since I get the receipt, you know, I'm gonna do what I'm told because I'm about to hit.
And not only that, but what is up with that with black women? Some women, black women, I shouldn't say all. They can't swim because of their hair. You can't run your fingers through.
There's rules to their hair.
Okay. So the ones that can't swim is because they didn't get their hair done properly.
Oh, okay, so that's a different
and
technique.
it's not, maybe it's not glued down if it's a wig or something like that, or the texture or the braid of hair is not good. See, they don't want to mess up their hair.
Oh,
Some
okay.
females have real hair and don't want to swim because humidity and stuff messes up black women's hair.
So that's not an excuse for a woman if she's got good quality hair that she can still swim and do all those other things. Is that what you're saying?
What's your idea of good quality hair?
Well, okay, tell me. Oh, well, put it this way: what kind of wig or weave can a woman wear that she can go swimming and have no issues or problem with?
I mean, if she gets a human one and she gets it installed properly with a waterproof glue, then she can go swimming and then she can do whatever she wants because it's not going to come off.
So more than likely, you won't be running your fingers through her hair.
Women don't want you running your fingers through their hair because you ain't paid for it to get done.
No, true.
And a lot of men have a habit of you want to be all manipulating the hair and that's
so there will be no pulling, no rubbing through. What else is the things you can't do?
You know, every now and then.
It depends on what woman you're dealing with. I mean,
every now and
I can't tell
then.
you what every woman is into. I can only tell you about
From the
myself.
back, you know how it is, and you look at her every now. You put the head in the pillow.
So I find it hard that anybody looking at you.
No, I said when you put the head in the pillow. I'm just saying every now and then you pull it up. Girl, am I the only one that does that? Come on now.
Well,
I know I ain't the only freak here.
Hold up. Now, Freckles, you know this to be true, that there are some women that get a little rough and they like the hair being pulled. Oh, okay.
They
So,
like a little choke every now and then too. They like that choke.
no, understand.
Let's get to the choke.
So as long as you're getting a heads up.
You get the choke right around there. When you pull that part right there, you know, you
Freckles,
pull
you
it
see
from
he's
the
in
back.
that room. But back to the ranch. Now, a young lady growing up, what do you feel like when it comes to young girls? Do you feel like it should be a certain age that if they want to do it, they can't do it? It's like my son. He wants a tattoo, and I'm saying you can't have one until you're 18 and over. Mm-hmm. Is that the same thing when it comes to young ladies, when it comes to wigs like that?
My daughter is 16. She ain't allowed to date. She ain't allowed to do none of this stuff. I mean, the way you bring your child up is to each individual person. Certain things that my daughter was in diapers and she wasn't allowed to wear skirts because they could show her diaper. So depending on who the parent is and how that parent is raised, because you only do what you know. You do what you know, or you do what you see that you didn't like, and you try to correct that as an adult. But my daughter wasn't allowed to get stuff like that in her hair until she turned 15.
Okay, so I at least respect that. No, I definitely respect that. Now, so at the end of the day, Freckles, let's talk about next week. Because I'm so excited. I'm excited. Listen. Okay. So, Freckles, I'm excited about next week. So, give me that topic again and let me feed off of that again.
Our topic is if women are settling. Are women settling? We're talking about relationships. We want to know if they feel like they're settling because you have a lot of females that are dealing with men that are in relationships.
Oh, okay.
So we want to know, is she dealing with that just for the sake of having somebody and not being alone? I think a lot of people are in relationships and situationships just so they got somebody, not because they just in love with that person or that person is telling them what they want to hear. Some women know what it is from the door and still go along with it.
Now, let me ask you this. When you talk about settling, do you feel like women are settling because of their age? Do you feel like they're settling because of their financial status? Or are they settling because of they might have multiple kids and they feel like, I need somebody to help me take care of these kids? What's some of the main things that go through a woman's mind when she thinks about settling?
I think it's a combination of all those things. I'm not a type of person to settle, so that's why I have a different outlook on it. But I think women settle for different reasons. Some of them are a lot personal to them. That's why we wanted to have the discussion. Because it's a lot of things that need to be said that we don't say.
Right.
And a lot of things that women are wondering. And being that we having men on there, you can get to know what a man actually thinks. We assume things all the time for men and women, but we don't know unless we ask the question.
Now, let me ask you, in this day and age that we're living in right now, do you feel as though that we as men are letting you women down? Or do you feel like the women of today are not stepping up to the plate like they should be to give some of us men a reason to want you women?
I think men are men, and however you were raised is in your society that you brought up in, that's going to be a direct influence on who you are as a man. I don't think it has anything to do with it. I think if you're a good man, you're a good man. It has nothing to do with it. She can't make you cheat, just like you can't make her cheat. You're either there or you're not. And if you choose to step outside the box, something fell somewhere along that line, and y'all both had poor communication. Because if you communicated about it, may have been able to be fixed, or you should have ended it before you stepped out and did something different.
Let me give a quick thought. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to let you know we're live here at Rochester's Barbecue and Grill, 130 North White Horse Pike in historic villages of Longside, New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, give yourself a round of applause for being here at Rochester's Barbecue up in here tonight. And like I said, we got the Man Hurt Talk Show in total effect. Right here we have Freckles. She'll be introducing her new talk show with her co-host, T-Boz in the house next Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 8:30. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call, the lines are open right now. The phone numbers are 856-343-2992. That's 856-343-2992. The show ends at 7:30, so if anybody wants to get a call in, by all means, give a call. T-Boz, we see you watching. I hope you're feeling better. I hope everything is well, and you know you're here in spirit. So let's get back to what you were saying. Now, let me ask you this, Freckles. Is it an accident when you see? Is it an accident when you see a certain type of woman is married, and then you see another type of woman who is not married? Do you think that's an accident because of how these women are compared to how this woman is? Do you think that's an accident?
I'm so confused with your question.
Okay, let me ask you this. Now, you know, some women get a bad rap towards their attitude or how they come off. They can be, as they call, what's that word I'm looking for? Angry? Some. I mean, would you agree some? And it could become because of a bad relationship or just no trust for men, and they come off with an attitude, and you have to layer down that attitude before you can get really into that. Do you think that once a woman has been hurt, maybe once or a couple times in her life, that it makes it hard for a good brother to step to her and create something?
I think that anything worth having is worth fighting for, and sometimes it takes patience. And if he doesn't have patience, then she might not be the one to know. Everybody has issues. Men have issues. Women have issues. We've all been through some type of trauma or turmoil as far as a relationship. Relationships aren't peaches and cream. No relationship is perfect. Right. And anybody says that a relationship is perfect, they lie. They lie, and I'm calling you on it, you're lying. It can be great now, but it wasn't in the beginning. It took work. Good marriages are because they stuck with it and they fought through it. Right. There's no woman that's going to tell you, oh, I loved him from day one and he just stayed so perfect and he's always been a great man.
Right. Now, I know that you had made a comment, I think it was a couple weeks ago, when you said that when you look at a man, you look at him from a standpoint of his intelligence, what he brings to the table towards his intellect. Not every man is built that way. He has maybe other attributes. How does a man who might not have the attributes that you like or you're used to find a way to get to your heart? Is that possible, or are you dead set? And I'm not just talking about you, I'm just talking about women who are stuck in this, like this is the only type of guy I can be attracted to.
I think women have boxes they want checked off. Now, every man is not going to check off all those boxes, and you might not have a man that can check off every single box. But that's each individual woman has to decide and figure out what can she do without and what she can't do without. And vice versa for a man. Every woman is not going to check off every single box.
Now, I know from just experience, when I was a bachelor and everything like that, and I would talk to some of the guys, and they would come up to me and say, Mike, we don't get married, man. There's plenty of women out here. What's the issue? What's the problem? And the first thing that comes to my mind as a man, we always want to feel like, is this woman worthy enough for me to take her to my mother's house? Like, would my mom be proud of this woman? Now, I'm not saying that this woman has to be like my mom, but a woman that I would feel like will be respectful enough of a woman that I feel proud to bring her from her. And not saying that I definitely need my mom's approval, because at the end of the day, I'm not a mama's boy. But you want to be able to feel like your mom gives her a check, and if she does see something wrong, it has to be something legitimate. Do you feel like in your dating world, and when you were dating, and do you feel like men were taking you home to their mothers to judge you, and did that hold a lot of weight?
No, No, not for me. I really didn't, not be disrespectful to anybody's mom, but I didn't really care what their mom thought.
But did you think he did?
I mean, if he did, he kept it to himself.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I'm a daddy's girl. Okay. So, for me, you not meeting my dad. You're not meeting my dad. Out of every relationship I've had, is not many people, and I'm going to say two. They can say they've met my father.
Okay.
Some things you just don't do.
Okay.
Now, I'll let my mom meet people, and because my mom going to reach you. She's going to reach you from the top, she's going to reach you from the bottom.
So you're saying from a standpoint of you being a woman and your relationship with your dad is more on the opposite, like a man with his mother.
Right.
So
you have to be worth meeting my father. I have to see future in you. Not so much you got to match up to my father, but I have to see future in you, like long term. Me wanting to maybe possibly spend my life with you.
So let's just say the dad feels like, he's all right. Does his weight hold a lot towards if your decision making towards if you're going to be with him or not, or it just you just want to feel like he's worthy enough for me to take to the dad, regardless of what my dad feels?
Yeah, he has to be worthy to be taken to my father, period. Regardless of what my dad thinks, because my dad wants somebody perfect for me, and nobody may not never measure up in my father's eyes for me. Right. So I can't go off of what my father wants for me. I have to go off of what I feel is always more right for me and what I want for me. But he has to measure up to be able to even make it to my father's front door.
Right. Now, Freckles, we talked about what's going to happen next week in your talk show. What are some of the things in the near future that you and T.BOZ are going to feel like you're going to get into that's really going to knock on some doors of some women and men?
Well, you know, T.BOZ is very outspoken, so
I knew you were going to get into it.
We have a few things lined up. We'll talk about it in the first show. Just coming up for the next show. We have so many things lined up as far as when we start our show, whatever our topic is, we're going to have a song that's pertaining to that topic.
I can't wait. Man, I can't wait. And when is it again?
Wednesday, the 23rd, will be our first show. It's from 7 p.m. to 8:30.
Right here at Rochester's Barbecue and Grill on location. So if you want to check out the first episode of the Chic Talk Show, will be here at Rochester's next Wednesday. That will be March 23rd, and it will be Freckles and T.BOZ in the house, and they're going to be getting in. It's going to be fun, and I can't wait. Well, Freckles, I thank you for storming in on the Man Hurt Talk Show, getting your feet wet, and know that next week it's going to be just not but you ladies, and you ladies also have some guest speakers, and we're looking forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Freckles. I didn't call you free. Hold on, I didn't mean free. Freckles.
So you taking a line on this?
You see what happens when I'm hanging around. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Freckles, the host of the Chic Talk Show. All right, we're going to welcome back your neighborhood guy, Mr. Derek Lee. Let's give a round of applause for Derek.
I got fans. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Good show, man. I couldn't add too much, so I just wanted you and Freckles to rock out. You know. You're right. That's all right, guys.
Well, the thing about it is that we had to let Freckles get her feet wet towards their show to let people know that what was coming on next week with her and T.BOZ, a.k.a. Tanya Boswell. And so they can have a different version when it comes to the women's reflection of things compared to what we talk about in the male reflection of things.
Well, we only got a couple minutes left. I have a question for all the ladies here. Does size matter for the engagement ring? Yes. Yes. Yeah, look at all the brothers got quiet. No, does it matter for the engagement ring? A man is going to pop the question and he comes with a ring that's a little too small. How do you feel? You look bougie, so yeah, I see that. Anybody else? I'm just saying it's not to your liking. Do you still accept the ring and say you got to do better? Or do you say, I want to marry you, but not to that? What's that? Hold on, I can't hear what?
That would be a problem if I couldn't accept that ring. I don't know if I would want to marry someone that would give me something that I couldn't accept.
Well, let me ask you something, because I'm old-fashioned. It's 2022, but in my house it's 1970. So when that boy comes to marry my daughter, he's going to go through me. Okay? And if the ring is too small, I'm going to let him know. But I'm the type, we can go back down there to Zales, and I'm going to give you another 1,000. I'm going to give you the money because my daughter ain't, you're not embarrassing her at her job. You know how black women are. You embarrass me at my job. No. So if the ring ain't right, we're going to go down to Zales and make it right. No. Because he might not have the money. But if credit score ain't right, keep on riding. If you don't have a house, don't even holler at my daughter. She's not going to leave a house to go into your apartment. She can stay right here for free. Why would she go half on an apartment? No, but we're not doing that. See, when a man marries a woman,